Tonight we speak of Vine, a revealer of buried truths, not the kind you find in clarity, but the kind you uncover in wreckage. This is about ruins, what collapses, what remains, and what still speaks after everything falls apart. So where do you find truth among ruins? Join me now in and through the Static Seance.
Between stations, neither here nor gone. The hum of voices trapped in the wires, their confessions dissolving into static. A seance not in candlelit rooms, but on flickering screens, where the ghosts don't knock, but distort the signal. Shadows coil in the white noise. If only one dares to alter their own frequency and listen.
Vine doesn't deal in comfort. He deals in exposure. So in the past, what fell apart? For me, it's been everything. Every relationship, every job, every plan I've ever had or wanted. It didn't matter how much I invested, how convinced I was, how certain I was that this would be the thing that would hold. It fell apart. And for a long time, I thought of that as failure, as instability, as proof that something was wrong externally. Wrong with the situation, wrong with the people, wrong with timing. But that wasn't the truth. The truth was, I didn't understand myself. Not really. I had motivations that were driving everything that I did, and I wasn't even aware of. Patterns, hang-ups, needs I couldn't name, wounds I didn't want to look at. So I would build something on a foundation that I hadn't examined, and eventually it would crack, because it was never stable to begin with. Every collapse was exposure. Not punishment, not bad luck, exposure. So in the present, what meaning emerges? Now, I don't see ruins in the same way anymore. They're not just endings, they're information. Because once things started falling apart enough times, I had no choice. I had to look inward. I had to start asking, why do I want this? Where is this coming from? Is this actually aligned with me? Or is this me trying to fill something, prove something, avoid something? And that's where everything shifted. Not overnight, but gradually. I started unearthing all my unconscious motivations, the things underneath the surface, the reasons behind the reasons, the hang-ups, the insecurities, the patterns I kept repeating, all without realizing it. And I didn't just identify them, I faced them, worked on them, sat with them even when it was uncomfortable, especially when it was uncomfortable. And once I started doing that, life became more navigable. Not easier, but clearer. Because now when I make a decision, I know why. When I feel strongly about something, I understand where that conviction is coming from. It's not random, it's not reactive, it's integrated. My convictions are strong now because I know exactly why they exist. They're not borrowed, they're not inherited without question, they're part of me. That's the meaning that emerges from ruins. Clarity, self-awareness, foundation. So in the future, what growth follows collapse? The future isn't about avoiding collapse entirely. That's not realistic, but it is about building differently, with awareness, with intention, with an understanding of your own internal landscape. Because once you know your patterns, you stop blindly repeating them. You catch them earlier, you adjust, you choose differently. So what grows isn't just new structures, it's wiser ones, more honest ones that are actually aligned with who you are, not who you think you're supposed to be. And even if something does fall apart again, it won't feel like total devastation, because you'll understand it, you'll see it, you'll know what it's showing you, and that's growth. You may have feared that devastation erased meaning, because when everything keeps collapsing, it feels like none of it mattered, like it was all a waste. But that's not true. The meaning wasn't in the structure. It was in what the structure revealed. Ruins expose foundations. They show you what you built on, what was solid, what wasn't, what you ignored. And once you see that, you can't unsee it. Insight follows destruction. Not automatically, not passively. You have to engage with it. You have to be willing to look at the wreckage and ask why it happened. But if you do, there's insight there. Every time. You rebuild wisely, not perfectly, but consciously. You stop chasing things that were never aligned. You stop building on foundations that you haven't examined. You stop confusing intensity with truth, and what you build starts to last. Truth survives collapse. No matter how much falls apart, the truth remains underneath it. And sometimes the only way for you to see that truth is for everything to break. So Vine doesn't just bring destruction, he brings revelation. He takes away what can't hold to reveal what can. For Vine, ruins aren't the end. They're the clearing, the space where truth becomes visible, where meaning isn't lost, it's uncovered. So the question isn't why did it fall apart? The question is, what did it reveal that I couldn't see before?
Sinful apples and sweat and salt, all in the alley for you to take a bite. The solemn faces of Virgo, decaying in the pale red light.